This is TTT. Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Antigua and Barbuda's ambassador to the United States, Sir Ronald Saunders, is calling on CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett to consider stepping down amid growing controversy over her reappointment. Speaking on ABS television, Sir Ronald said he believes Dr. Barnett's resignation would help prevent further division within the regional body and allow Caribbean integration efforts to move forward. His comments come after CARICOM chairman and St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew confirmed Dr. Barnett secured the required majority for another term during last month's summit in Bastille. However, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamil Persad-Bissessar has challenged the process, raising concerns about transparency and calling for documentation, including meeting records and a performance review. Sir Ronald says the ongoing dispute risks deepening divisions within CARICOM, warning that Dr. Barnett's continued tenure could further strain regional unity. In other news, members of the counter-trafficking unit are being commended for their continued efforts. The encouragement comes from Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, who reminded them that the ministry, the country, and international partners are relying on their work. Members of the counter-trafficking unit and other protective services were honored on Wednesday with certificates of commendation for their role in Operation Purple Rain, which rescued 11 victims in Rio Claro and led to the arrest of a businessman.
For the recipients of this award this morning, I wonder if our foreparents too would be proud of you. For those, I often say that human trafficking is as close to slavery as I see. You could imagine someone who's caught in a place, cannot leave, and then they hear him knocking on the door, and then the officers hear you appear. You could imagine what that feels like to someone who has been there.
Minister Alexander told the officers that their work has surpassed local standards.
And I want to thank the unit so much because this is not just for local, but for regional and international standards. And let me tell the persons who are standing here today to receive awards, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years from now, your name would be called, as having done something for the betterment of mankind. And that you must be proud.
The minister urged officers to maintain their strong performance while emphasizing the importance of going the extra mile through lawful, unorthodox approaches when necessary. In other news, family, friends, and fans filed into the Church of the Assumption in Maraval to pay their respects to former national cyclist Colin "Creepy" Wilson, who passed away following an accident at the Easter International Cycling Grand Prix. Paying tribute to Wilson was cyclist and administrator Desmond Roberts, who was joined by some of the sport's top personalities, and they had a message for cyclists.
I said, we all have to die. We all have to go home at some point in time. But how are we going home? So I need people to think about that. All cyclists to think about that. You have to protect yourself on the road. You have to protect yourself on the track. All love racing. And I repeat, safety comes first. End of the day, your family is the ones that will suffer in the end.
And may he rest in peace. And that's what's making the news this morning. What's joining us right now is the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today, Famala Bakaran. Good morning, Famala.
Good morning, Carrie Roberts. How are you today?
I'm quite well so far. What about you?
I'm okay. How's your back?
Slightly better, like step by step. I'm making it, trudging through.
I think that's called age, because I'm also having foot problems because I had an injury last year. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like-
Carrie, you told me earlier that you love anime.
Yeah, I do.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
Cabinet has approved the establishment of the regulatory framework for the registration and management of classic, antique, and vintage vehicles in Trinidad and Tobago.
Music. Culture.
We are now in a state where I can now proudly announce that our gas production will increase by a significant amount given all the various projects that are now expected to come online.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our music. This is Talk City 91.1 FM.
Women are a quiet strength the world leans on, the hands that hold everything together, and the heart that keeps on giving, even when they're tired. And it's time for us to celebrate that. I'm Yashamani, your host of Majestic Makeover, the series which uplifts and transforms the lives of everyday women who've carried so much for so long. In this season, we're looking for women like these, women who have endured, women who survived, women who keep on going, no matter what. A woman who's lost a loved one and finds the strength to go on. A survivor of crime who refused to be broken. A woman over 70 who gives to her family and the community every single day. A survivor of serious illness who continues to live with hope and courage. A physically challenged woman living fully with dignity and determination. These are the stories we want to honor. Do you know her? Nominate her. Let's celebrate her. Send us 2 brief paragraphs which briefly states who she is, your relationship to her, and why she deserves this journey. As well, send us your contact information. Send it to majesticmakeover@gmail.com. Because remember, every woman needs to feel majestic. Majestic Makeover Season 3, right here on TTT.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most. On air and online. More ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union, your future is safe with us.
Voices you know, trust, and respect are the very best in talk. Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
Bang, 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 bang.
Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith. The ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
about 14 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're locked on to the ground report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us?
And you're also viewing us and lock on to us on our several social media platforms at Talk City on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also get us at on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube, Corridor Transformation on YouTube, 648 Television on YouTube, The Ground Report, yes, The Ground Report on YouTube. We Papa, God in the building, He's all over. I feel in His spirit. I enjoyed being in the studio yesterday with dancer boy Lennox Smith. A big word, man. And the Snipes man himself.
You turned into wine.
So ever so often, yes, ever so often I'll be joining them there.
Someone like you.
Whether it be a Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday. I look forward on whatever day that management designate
Into the dark.
for yours truly the Pitbull to be in Talk City Studios.
Out of the ashes.
I can't wait.
There's no one like you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Tell you what we're talking about. For those of you that look onto us online, all of you, pleasant good morning to you all in sundry. May not be able to call you all you out this morning. Not forgetting Tobago, our sister Tobago, pleasant good morning to you. I can't forget all my drivers. All my drivers, maxi drivers, taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers, 7-seaters, private cars, all. The donkey man, the horseman. Where's people driving again?
The darkness you shine.
I see scooter now, boy.
Yeah.
But I ain't see no music on them. I see music on bicycle. I ain't see it on scooter yet. So I can't hail out the scooters yet, man. They say the Venezuelan and them flood the place with scooters all over. Them little thing, you see big fat Venezuelan man and woman and that and little trend behind. And they say, oh God, this thing looking dangerous, man. What I go say? What we go say? I say, well, all them scooter all over when you see them, they riding them scooter bike thing. It really look dangerous, and I ain't gonna lie. I just seeing bongs down, death in the future. I see in the future we will be getting all kind of news. Who get bongs off them little scooter thing there? Because boy, it has some minutes on the road there too, them drivers and them, Well, boy, now you wait for that in sundry, and then things will be tightened up on that only after. That's my belief. Night times a pleasant good morning to you.
Pleasant good morning, Andy. Pleasant good morning, Lennox. Pleasant good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, the wide world. Andy, one question.
No problem. What's that question?
What do you see? What do you see on the little scooters?
What I see? I seen some big fat Venezuelan on it there with some little trend behind. Sometimes two fat people on the little thing. I say, but how that little thing taking that? I say if they get bunks here, that real trouble, you know. All I seen is death. That's all I see when I watch them scooter thing there where people
Oh my God.
There's death I seeing. So I hope they deal with that boy Snipes boy because I'm telling you.
Well, they're presently dealing with it. Presently, as we speak.
Oh, they're presently dealing with that.
Yeah.
Now I say I go to dancer boy now. When Trinidad and Tobago know now, if Lennox Smith really want to dance with them, they could afford to see him because all Snipes have to do is just angle the camera, pull it in, and only go see the whole Matrix dance. But that wickedness. One day you must let Snipes just think the camera in, stand up and pour on a tune Snipes. And oh God, give the people a dance now, Lennox Smith boy. Let them for once. Whoever had problems, the heart going to cure back. Who here what couldn't see good? The vision going on because what's man? Like the matrix you have, you know. That they curing all illnesses, boy. I don't know if you're holding it back because you want to patent it to make sure when people illnesses get started cure, you have to get something because you create the dance that this cure all ailment by dog. But you better than Trevor says, you know. I ain't saying about tea. First, you better you bypass all of them. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you.
Yeah, well, good morning to you as well, my friend, and thanks for the motivation and the confidence, but I will not take bait. That being as it may, I want to say, of course, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central in Trinidad, our friends in Tobago. Yes, Tobago, we want to hear from you a little more. I know that developments are taking place, PNM elections coming up. I see that Denzel, the former head of the Tobago arm of the PNM, very important, of the PNM, of course, claiming to be, of course, a national party, but at the same time attempting to let the Tobagonians believe or hoodwink the Tobagonians to believe that the Tobago arm is distinct and separate and not connected to the central arm in Trinidad.
Wishful thinking. That wishful thinking. He really trying to do that, Lennox?
As they have probably successfully, the PNM that is, to distinguish, of course, UNC from any other entity in Tobago. But of course, I suspect that the people of Tobago have recognized that as reflected in, of course, very, very recent elections outcome, where, of course, they had one seat and lost that as well because of the hoodwinking that they have attempted. But I want to hear from them. These developments are taking place. And, of course, in the diaspora or internationally, wherever we are being heard and or viewed, pleasant good day to you, and whatever time of the day it is and whatever part of the world you exist at this time. You were saying something, Andy?
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
You are saying that the former head of Tobago, Mr. Denzel, is saying to the people of Tobago that I don't want to believe that I'm hearing good, that the PNM Tobago is unique and distance, well, how I'm picking it up, is a distance or far part party from PNM Trinidad, that they are not linked. That they are not linked.
Not him particularly, but the entire, what I consider the family of the PNM in Tobago. They give the impression, and why one has to draw that inescapable conclusion, because as I've said, that if it is, there is a modicum of some connection between Trinidad and Tobago. Notice, of course, they tried that with the PDP. They tried that, of course, with even Fali's new party, the Tobago People's Party. And of course, the Calcutta ship, I think, is the epitome of that perception. Whilst, of course, they want the population of Tobago to assume that there is no connection between PNM in Tobago and that of Trinidad, because for electoral purposes, they try to make that distinction, but they want the Tobagonians to look at others and not themselves.
Wow. Well, that is really and truly madness. I also seen here Lennox Smith. Oh boy. The cops widen on the Sabata probe. We also seen here where home was a firebomb. So me know this thing.
In connection, they are saying now that there's some sort of criminal nexus, criminal enterprise that is taking place, organized, having regard to what has emerged from that very unfortunate modern-day slavery type operation that was unearthed and brought to the attention of the police, and the police taking, at least at this time, active interest and investigation. They say it has reached a sensitive stage. The suspects being focused upon. I don't know if any of them are in custody, but the fact is that the probe is taking place, and you have these developments taking place.
Who you think will firebomb that individual place?
I think there are people who, would want to take vigilante justice. There are people like that who would do it because they find it was unfair and therefore will take action. But usually is people who are emotionally tied, so maybe members of the family, people who would, believe somehow that this is a tremendous injustice and ought not to happen. And these people are big shots, because when you look at the home, you realize that, it is not one that is ramshackled, as opposed to where the victim would have come from.
Yeah, boy, but Trinidad and Tobago, when I'm watching the home in the papers here, that gate is like you're going into a prison. Big, heavy, solid, bulletproof kind of looking. That how you can't see inside that place just so. So it's not fenced in a way we can see in. Wow. And as Lennox Smith say, somebody want vigilante justice. They believe, well, because of that lady there, that building was supposed to be existing. Well,
But you can't benefit
also
from
want to know
that kind of heinous, inhumane, barbaric act. I mean, something that we thought went with the abolition of slavery back in 1834. Go ahead.
But here I also want to know what it is, and explain to us, and hit me like yesterday when we press here, it wasn't much big words, What's me? You talk like me, you just say, Lord. I just jot back watching, I say, well, where the hell, boy? Look how quick he finishing all them sentences them there now, boy. This fella ain't easy. What really and truly going on, and what is the problem, or what is the pressure, or what is the wrongdoing? Explain to Trinidad and Tobago of because pressure mounts on the opposition senator to step down. That is the Gillian John lady. What did she did wrong? She did, they say, because we was reading something there, but they're saying to misbehave in public office. It's like, what she really did wrong? What?
All right, okay, well, the Joint Select Committee, of which she is a member, and an investigation was launched by that committee, which was active. One of the witnesses was supposed to be former Minister of Health, the former representative for St. Joseph, who was supposed to come and give evidence. And prior to that, he submitted or had to submit some kind of written documentation as to his, and what transpired there, it was learned that she coached him, both she and Alwari, but Alwari is not a member, so therefore the conflict of interest issue may not have arisen. But how could you, wanting to extract information as a member of that particular Joint Select Committee, and then coaching the witness as to what to say, what not to say, and to take away or take out some pieces of the information, because that might be too incriminating, as the case may be, and therefore it is in that context the call is now being made for her. Of course, she has remained silent.
She's a lawyer?
I am not certain of her background, but we could find out that is not a
how she end up so tied to the PNM or Mr. Who was the former health minister? Where she will want to help.
The Al Singh.
The Al Singh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, how she's so tied. Alwari and I could understand why Alwari is so tied to the Al Singh. Those in government together. But how manage this independent young woman is so tied that she go get herself so tied up like that? What?
Well, it's nothing different to what transpired yesterday, a very bizarre press conference led by Stuart Young and of course, Nobriga and Gavin Gonzalez. They are simply fanatics, and the PNM could do no wrong, and they are motivated by attempts to, once they are not in government, to do all what is required, including, of course, maybe engage in behavior that will be considered, most people will consider to be unsavory, unpatriotic, etc. But they will do that in order to get back into government. So it is about power, and therefore she doesn't want, clearly, the PNM to look bad, being, of course, interrogated, because one of the issues that Dial Singh had to be called for was the illegal issuance of, I think, over 1,000 special license or permit to import pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, but then let me ask something, because a lot of people is saying here. Let me check here, because a lot of people, remember just now we have to go for that break. People are saying she is an attorney. Real people are saying she is an attorney, she is a lawyer.
Right. So therefore she ought to have known that she couldn't coach a potential witness. She being part and parcel of, if you want to call it that, the tribunal panel.
Right. Look, somebody say that she is an attorney formerly a state attorney in the DPP office. That was somebody saying, yeah, but coaching, because remember, it has some people out there don't understand what it is she really do still there. Coaching, meaning what? It has some trouble there.
Meaning all right. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, the Alsing was in trouble or something.
You are a judge. You are a judge, right? And there is a matter before you. And before the witness comes officially before you, you decide, you pick up yourself and you go and tell that witness what to say, what not to say. What that is.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is what transpired there. That
so
is
it's like a judge. So it's like a judge.
Yeah.
Before the trial, if the trial is tomorrow, going and meet a family member or partner and talk to that family member or partner and let that partner family member, hey, here it is. This is the case before here. Days what they're coming with. Days what going on. Hey, they're going to check you so.
And you can't say this. Take all that out of your witness statement, etc. Yeah, do some deduction and some pre-scene or make it less what I consider to be a subject for many questions. So say as little as you can, so it avoids, of course, any kind of interrogation of an expansive nature. That's essentially what I gather from the entire exercise.
But a young, bright lawyer like her gets herself so tired by. But I real trouble.
As I said, it has gone beyond that. They are prepared to sacrifice themselves because they want to make the PNM look good, because that is what that was all about. Obviously, that is what would have motivated and driven what I consider to be public spat or imbroglio that is now, of course, calling for her to be sanctioned by way of removal. But I think who was broached with that question, I think it was Stuart Young, and he said, well, that's a matter. Yes, he was, and he said, well, that's a matter for the political leader, because she's there at the behest or at the instructions of the political leader, and therefore the political leader will make that decision. That had nothing to do with
Stuart Young, stay out of that totally. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Snipers for that quick break, and let's come back. Oh boy, let's open these lines.
But Johnny, how come your house is twice the size of mine, but my bill is twice the cost of yours? Johnny, what's going on, boy? How your bill so low? How your bill so low? I'm conserving energy. I switch your LED at the stun of the AC, and I'm saving real money. It's our responsibility for a brighter TNT. Cut the waste and you would see. Why everybody asking me? They asking how you been so low? How you been so low? TN Tech, powering the nation into the next generation.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation.
Are we in for a super over? I've got to go quick. I've got to go quick.
From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports, Committed, accurate, relevant.
Is your business experiencing the following symptoms? Not enough customers, no sales, slow cash flow. It's time for your business to be seen and heard by thousands of potential customers inside this new, exciting television and social media feature.
Welcome.
The 1020 with Junior K. Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before. A brand new era of talk radio is here.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it
Bang,
locked.
bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We papa, we are back. Time check. It's at 36 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. You're studio, the pitbull of radio, Lennox Smith in studio. Not forgetting director's times, Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open for you. What's on your front burner this morning? What's supposed to make news that not making news? I need to go back while we await your calls to get in and your voice notes. I also look forward to Miss Mother Bernie. I need you to give us a call. We want to hear about that statement there where Tobago PNM trying to separate themselves from PNM Trinidad. Is it possible? Is Tobago PNM a separate entity from PNM Trinidad? We all know the answer, but we would like it to be certified by you, a Tobagonian, a mother, a God-fearing person. Lennox Smith, while we await calls, here is the big question with that young attorney there that is trouble. How the hell the panel get to find out she do all of that, boy? Somebody sell she out. How they get to know?
Well, it's my information is that it was a botched job because there was a document submitted and somehow correspondence would have come between the parties. That's how I see it. And then, of course, there was a Word, Microsoft Word document in that format. The information from the Helsing originally would have come, and then they were obvious, of course, tampering. And then the nexus or the connection was made. And this is a small country, let's face it. That's why we have the difficulty of crime and so on, because you see, the policeman will know one of the parents maybe of a perpetrator, and things can move from there. It's not I've always said it's not like the United States where you have 7 million people in New York City alone, and in order for you to function in such a huge population environment, you have to be objective. You have to stick to the rules. You have to stick to the law for that society to function. But when you have a small society like ours, both in terms of population, in terms of island, in terms of even the distribution per community and so on, you would see that that cultural and that close-knit environment will cause some people to breach the rules in favor of one person or next, and therefore create the situation that we have today. But in politics, we have it because of the small nature of it. In the police service, in all of the major institutions. But That is the reality, and therefore you have to find ways and means to respond appropriately, and not to say that they are not. That being as it may, of course, one of the things that I would like to touch on, and I'm sure that you would eventually address, is the whole question of that press conference yesterday. Stuart Young, he seemed to have learned a lot from Dr. Rowley, because they know how to develop punchlines. You see, they come deliberately, and let me tell the population, be very, very careful about what you hear from these individuals, because it is all about power for them and getting back into government. So Dr. Rowley came and he talked about, of course, the Jagabat talk, and here it is. Stuart Young come and say, listen, he is, well, he didn't say he's prepared, but he's saying that a cartel is existing, and that a police investigation should take place with respect, of course, to those companies that eventually was on that short list for that
Lennox,
multi-billion-dollar job, that multi-million housing program that the agency has announced.
Nice.
We have a caller?
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Welcome to the #1 program, The Ground Report this morning. What's your contribution this morning? What's on your mind?
My contribution is on that said issue. This morning I get up and I put on my set and I get onto Douglas politics. If you all want to find out more on this issue, call Anil Roberts, and he explained everything and what take place, and he even congratulated Amit Samaru, or the man who the Guardian reporter. But he said he was quarreling and saying that should be on front page, and he reading it on quite in page 8. And he's saying that then people talk always say that they're losing money and they're printing in the K-Packs and all kind of thing. So call him and you'll get more information on that issue. And that caused the chairman of the thing, Mr. Jagdish Singh, to postpone the session because of this issue. That show a big conflict of interest and all kind of thing. And that could make the government look bad and things, to know that they have a crooked among them. Check it out.
All right.
I'm a bit confused because he sounded as though he was talking about the housing issue, and then of course he switched to the issue of that joint select committee that is brewing. I suppose we will be able to extrapolate, I suppose, and get to the bottom of these two issues, because they're two separate issues.
Yeah. No, well, let me try to get Anil Roberts there. Let me try to get Anil Roberts.
Yeah, because I'm sure that he would have
Yeah, Senator Anil
on
Roberts.
both matters. He happens to be a minister in the Ministry of Housing as well.
Yeah.
So therefore, it might be the right place to settle this matter.
It is.
We're trying to get, of course, the Honorable Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Anil Roberts, to get some clarity on some matters that he may have commented upon. But more importantly, his portfolio would include that recent allocation of some 11 contractors of multi-million-dollar contracts spread over these various contractors.
Now someone going to try back again in a little bit. I'll try back again.
We'll try a little later. But I wasn't surprised, as I said, that Stuart Young would have learned a lot from Dr. Rowley, because they have these punchlines that will make the papers, that intended to make the papers and to sensationalize something that really and truly is pie in the sky, is nebulous, a storm in a teacup, sort of, because he talk about about, of course, a cartel, construction cartel, and he spoke of he's calling for a criminal investigation. All of that is designed, of course, to attract the attention. But at the same time, if you're a newspaper person, you're going to couch the headlines in such a way so as to have your paper sell. So, but the sensationalization clearly. Let's go to the lines. We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning to you.
Director, Mighty K, wherever he is. And the message to the World Wide Web, and because I feel everybody listening. When the poor man watching, right, that what's going on, right, and they have their company, they ain't going to work below PNM, they support UNC, and whether they support PNM or UNC, they are Trimbagonians. They live right here. The other companies so long. When they're watching companies not registered, lately registered, very end from their position. Once that is true, that is all going to well with somebody like me as a poor man who registered all over and can't get called for a contract. And other small petty contractors who listening this morning, that all our money passing, why is grass going on the east-west corridor, high, and the priority bus route. Right? One set of people, they work below PLM, they're still working. And it have good ones in Europe and the CPF too as well, who is unemployed right now. And we're watching grass just growing on the east-west corridor. It had a little thing with the corporation, whether it's going to start back or not. What would the poor man get feel hearing that this morning? Hearing that yesterday? When we watching, he saw grass cutting, you know. Because this man with this company, Polas, who does call Mr. Polas, he name right there, who does nothing for communities. Polas still working. The whole of E-Tech, I don't know who is different. The whole of E-Tech, his company cutting grass. All of his south stretch, grass cutting still. He said he don't want to know the UNC supporting this man. And he said that he don't want to know who don't like cutting grass. He loves cutting grass. But there are poor people. There are poor contractors who love to cut grass too. Can go peace and put the Pauline some years, but everybody just Pauline who don't want to Pauline. All the strategy, all the foot on the ground. I want to be honorable Prime Minister know what's coming up. Oh, what is going on and the coming up of her and our anniversary. If she really know what's going on, some other ministers are like, get working with the real soldiers, with the real Chimbagonians who want to work, and the people who want to work. And we hearing all this money pass. All I feel everybody dance or what? All I feel everybody enumerate. All I feel everybody is illiterate. All I feel that some people ain't going and pay the taxes, going here, going by this up and down, then be out, the outer be out. Here go, here come that taxes to pay in a contract. And here, so what is going on? So the PNM do what they're doing. What going on with the poor man, with the layman on the ground? All it is the ground report that Andy, I'm warning you, brother Bilal, it's a warn you. All they do the right thing, look good now. Look good. Look
again,
good all
right.
wrong.
Again, you can't want me, because again, I's not an MP. Want me to do what? All right. Where want me to do? What you want me to do? Tell me. With all what you saying there, you Anderson Wilson live on radio. Tell me what you want Andy Williams to do.
We have another call.
What is wrong with them, boy? Warning me?
We have another call.
Warn
Welcome.
MPs, boy. Warn all the councillors.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Lennox.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I know you know who's just calling.
Yes.
What you found? Nothing going on with that hospital? With these fallen children and them who studied doctors so far and so that we're not doing it?
Well, Well, I want to say that the information I have is that certain structures and adjustments are being made, and it may well towards that will include resolving the issue that you would have had. Just a little more time.
But Mr. Lennox, what I cannot understand is all these government people that we vote and we sweat on spoil for in the sister, the mama, the wife, can go to simply mean all these people who he know. Which we know.
I wouldn't want to go that far because 50 or 61 nurses have just been indoctrinated or would have been pulled into the RHAs, and I don't think that all of them could be his family. You think so? All 60 could be his family?
Lennox, I'm not talking about nurses. I'm talking about doctors.
No, well, I'm just giving an example because that is what exists. And I'm saying now that if we have a medical shortage, a medical personnel shortage, then it is clear that those who are qualified, like those who you represent, and of which I am aware, I'm sure that in the fullness of time, that will happen. I know you want it tomorrow, but, it's a process.
I cannot understand. Another thing again,
yeah, but it's being considered. It's being considered, right?
Some people come and do a lot of connection here from water. And they burst my pipe and water running like rain.
Oh, my goodness.
I tell her some water comes. He said that a concern he. I said it just over the drain which had the water, the connection. The man said he come in last week. He said, well, if I come look up to now and what happened, it burst because I did not know. Because
you want to say your address on air? Because I know that they are here and they're listening. We have the ears of the chairman of WASA, so if you give the address, I'm sure that somebody would respond appropriately. Because
my daughter called and give the address, Mr. Lennox. You know I am not a man to go to fix that.
No, the address where you live, where the burst pipe is. I'm talking about the address, that address. If you could say it now, so that those who are listening will know.
Waterloo Road in Aruka.
Go ahead.
Connect Brighton Barb Avenue, right where the sign is.
Yes, so behind the prison there.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
But Mr. Lennox, oh Lord, they come and that same WhatsApp people come and dig one big hole. They just throw some stone on top and whatever, and the thing sink down. So when rain comes down, you have a hole like a river.
Right. So I'm here. Talk. They are here. They are listening.
Yeah. Mr. Lennox, I know you. You know me. I am nothing with her person. I just want a little help for that water to fix.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much. Yes, indeed. We have another call.
All right, let's go for a quick break and come back. When we come back more, right here on the Ground Report, we'll be back.
This is your chance to be there live. Talk City 91.1 FM is giving you the chance to win tickets to the CONCACAF Women's World Cup qualifier, Trinidad and Tobago versus El Salvador. Happening this Friday, 17th April at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. We're giving away a pair of tickets and winning is simple. When you hear this sound, be the first caller to 622-4911 and you win. Listen out Wednesday 15th and Thursday 16th right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Don't miss your chance to be part of the excitement. Come out and support our local girls as they battle for World Cup qualification. Talk City 91.1 FM. Your station, your voice.
When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age, or where you're from, or what doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here
future is safe with us.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back. Time check. Yes, 6 minutes to the hour of 6 o'clock. And you listen to the Ground Report. What's on your front burner this morning? What's supposed to make news that not making news? You all heard some of the front burners that we put forward there. What is your addition to it or subtraction to it? Or what new you want to bring to the table? The lines are open to you. It's just about 6 minutes to the hour. It's just about 6 minutes to the hour. So let me just play this voice note there quick by the time. Oh boy. All right, let me just take this one. Oh boy.
Mr. Caller, good morning.
Morning, caller.
Good morning. Oh, is that one?
Yeah.
Technical.
Again, it back here.
You know it is be. Murphy's Law.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Morning.
Andy Williams, good morning. Lennox Mikey.
Good morning.
Andy Williams and Lennox. And this Wilson call and making us talk blah, blah, blah. Let me explain something. Election results have consequences. And if Anderson Wilson understands, when the PNM was in power, no cutting grass in the south and central and things. So he had to understand it takes money. It takes money to run something, and you just can't come on the radio station and blast you guys. It takes money to run anything. And if there's a lack of money from the government, when the last government did not leave the anti-trafficking, his nephew get a lot of contract, his nephew is happy. I don't know all the money his nephew get contract with, so you use some of the money that got beat him because his nephew have plenty of money because he works in the government. And I listened to an interview with David Tanku. David Tanku, in an interview, David Tanku in the IMF is talking and explaining the situation. And if people have a little patience, things will work out. It's just a matter of time because you have to have a income in order to put out. I used to own a business in Florida. I used to own a business over here. But it's very hard. It's difficult. I mean, I only own a business for a year, then I sold it because it's just me alone, and I sold it away. But the problem is, this Addison Wilson calling and threatening and talking. I mean, come on, man. Tell you that you take all the money you get on the PNM and help the people in your area be town, man. All right, Andy Williams, my friend. Tell
oh boy, let me take a next call. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. Morning, caller. Yes, go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yeah, good morning to Magnificent Tree. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. We
Mr.
have
Lennox,
limited time.
Yeah, I just want to say something. When people give out contract, like the government give out contract, that I mean to say them had this money for this $3.1 billion they're giving out, you know. Sometimes when that contract start, you are getting paid knowing. Because I was working with a contractor, and sometimes 3-4 months, he again will pay, you know. But he used to pay me because he had his money, and he was to wait to get money. So sometimes when people feel a government put contract, money coming out just it's not so in the mister. Right? People have to understand. That's why we have to have patience and wait and see how things will go. People getting on in this country for nothing. Only riling up for the PNM to get vote in the local election. But that ain't gonna happen. That's what I have to say this morning, brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And for those of you that saying, well, Anderson talking the truth, or Anderson, or either or, whether he's talking the truth or whether he's lying, he made his contribution. My issue is not on the contribution he make. My issue is, don't point it in Lennox direction or Andy direction, like we is Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and we go, all right, here it is. From tomorrow morning, please go to Trinidad and Tobago, CPAP and Europe, go and open back. The ground report open back. So that was showing, so it's dumb for people to come in our direction with them kind of stupidness, man. You understand what I'm saying, Lennox Smith? Lennox Smith, use your power then. Yes, I'm Minister, yes, I'm MP, yes, Kamala.
No, yes, because, I mean, one has to be eclectic. One has to be very meticulous in terms of where you are targeting. Now, he is making a case for the small man.
But targeting
clearly what is here is those big contractors, those multi-million-dollar contractors. No way the small contractor could be in that category.
How do you get that?
You're so coming from. And therefore, you have to be able to say, because those opportunities will also come. He mentioned, of course, people are qualified with respect to procurement and, of course, have up to date with the BIR, etc., etc. So it means that those are companies. Once you register, you're certainly going to be served. You're certainly going to be served, but at a particular category. I don't want, however, the mixture between, of course, these large numbers, multi-million. And, of course, a contractor that could only really facilitate, let me say, 100,000, 200,000 contracts.
Go with that news there, Sniper.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander has pledged additional resources for the counter-trafficking unit. He made the commitment during an interview with TTT News at his office on Wednesday. The minister has acknowledged that human trafficking remains a significant problem in Trinidad and Tobago. His comments follow a recent successful operation carried out by members of the counter-trafficking unit and other law enforcement agencies.
Because persons see it as an avenue to make money. So one man is benefiting and another man, life, is being destroyed.
The minister commended the work of the unit and spoke of plans to provide additional resources.
When you see those requests coming, you have no choice, because I understand it at that level because I was there. So I know what is required, how soon it is required. So we'll stop at nothing to ensure that they receive the right resources, whether human or technical, that they need to bring that unit, to move it away from that tier 2 there right now into tier 1.
The minister commended the work of the unit and spoke of plans to provide. Minister Alexander also issued a warning to perpetrators, saying justice is closer than they expect, while thanking members of the public for continuing to come forward with information. In other news, the Couva-Tabaquita Regional Corporation will be conducting an investigation into who is responsible for illegal dumping in the McBean area. Corporation Chairman Ryan Rampersad and a team of officials expressed disappointment when they visited the site on Wednesday. He said this is an ongoing issue in several parts of the region and warned that the matter will not be taken lightly.
Because contractors are supposed to collect the garbage in the various communities and take it to the various landfill sites. We have 2 sites that we usually use, either the Beetham site or, as we in Central, the Forest Park landfill site. These trucks are supposed to be getting a docket that they would have dumped their garbage, at the various landfill sites. We will be collaborating with Swim Call and we'll be going all out to find out who the perpetrator is. Our litter wardens will be here. They'll be going through every bag to identify possible utility bills, something with an address or something like that. What we have heard and what we have experienced over the last couple of weeks is that people dumping this, after a couple of days they come and light it, a fire.
Mr. Rampersad insisted that this type of action is unacceptable.
We'll be looking at the legal terms that guides these contracts and we'll be taking the strictest action that we can against the perpetrators. We are not accepting that in CTTRC and this should not be acceptable anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago.
The The Powergen Secondary Schools Intercall Tournament heats up this week as the quarterfinal stage is set to take place this afternoon, promising several exciting matchups. At the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, defending champions Presentation College San Fernando will face Azure Boys College San Fernando, followed by a clash between Naparima College and St. Mary's College. In the other fixtures, Vishnu Boys Hindu College will meet Shiva Boys Hindu College at Lewis Street, while Presentation College Chagonas travel to the Queen's Park Oval to take on Fatima College. And that's what's making the news at this time. After the break, we return to hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
The Cabinet has approved the increase in the permissible age of importation of foreign-use right-hand drive private cars, that's sports utilities, SUVs, sedans, and station wagons, powered by gasoline, dieseline, or compressed natural gas, CNG, from 3 years to under 8 years, and under from the date of manufacture.
Music. Culture.
As Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa has announced recently with our revitalization master plan, we are open for business. And a key area, a key focus of that master plan is, of course, the energy sector and the energy hub. And we will be open for business, not only for Nutrien, but for all other players that wish to discuss their investment portfolio with us.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our music. This is Talk City 91.1 FM.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
More news, more access, more ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter on air and online. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Trinidad! Are you ready? So Trinidad! Are you ready? No! By public demand, coming to Sapa, Laugh Till Your Belly Bust Part 2! This is the encore! In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited, Sunday, 17th May, showtime, 6 p.m. sharp. Come see Victor St. Louis Pell and all his funny friends.
I tell a man the other day, I say, I is the smartest man in the world. He said, how so? I say, ask me any question and I could answer it. He said, how much seconds in a year? I said, 12 seconds. He said, how? I said, January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd.
Get it, superstar.
Hey, one of my neighbor girl horn him. The man run and drink poison, boy, he dead. You know why? He drink it in the living room.
Louis Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint.
I'm trying to play hide and seek in the hospital, but they only keep finding me in ICU.
Added to the cast, Damian Melville and Paniska is back. Get your tickets now. General tickets are priced at $200, VIP $350, and Legend Sports Bar, 22 Agar Road, Point Fortin. Senga's Restaurant, number 65, High Street, Superior, opposite Massey Stores. Dev's Barbershop, Cookier, Pies Bar, Maraval Road, Joanne's Bar, Los Charros, and IslandEtickets.com. It's happening on the 17th of May at 6 p.m. sharp. For more information, call 358-5001. Love till your belly busts.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report.
I would think that there's been
very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy. We are back. Time check. It's approximately 9 minutes past the hour. 7 o'clock and you're listening to the Ground Report. At the end of the day, that whole issue of contracts there, the government have no money. These people who even are being awarded, it have to mean that they have their funding. I know if so much, so maybe they might have their funding. So if it's $3.something billion, them all together, who get 200 million, whoever get this, them are the funding. Not only that, I think that is a great thing that the government initiative that are being put in place there, because one of the ways to heat back up our economy. Remember, things hard. We had to heat back up the economy. The former Prime Minister deceased Prime Minister Patrick Manning, at least he did master the art in that aspect, which is to start a construction boom. The government just create a construction boom of $3.406 billion with 11 contractors that had to build homes. They have a waiting list of 200 and something thousand people apply for homes. That means man at work, woman at work, plumbers at work, masons at work, carpenters at work, machinery at work, vendors at work, businesses at work. That will have a rippling effect in the economy. We saying it and work. Look, one of the job creations that everybody halabooing about right now. A construction boom in the housing sector that was created by the Ministry of Housing. Come on, let me be real. That one aspect. I have many other aspects that will be coming on board because the government need to heat up the economy. Things hard. They need to get people employed. And when they're trying to, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Come on, man, Trinidad and Tobago. They be real. Lennox Smith before I take a call.
Let us not get carried away. This is a construct of the opposition only, because the intention is to distract and to suggest that there's something unsavory about the entire thing. And therefore, what you have and what we know is that this is about bread and butter for the very Betham person, the very Sealands person, the very East Port of Spain, Diego Martin, etc. Because you will have subcontractors that would come into the play as well. But the government, more or less, will not be using its own funds in upfront in order to get that going. So therefore, they are able not to wait on their own income, but to use other people's stored away, if you want to call it, or investment money to generate a public sector commitment, which is, of course, in this case, housing. But you're quite right. It will generate employment opportunities across the various spectrum or areas that you have just described. And when he was asked, he young, bringing that, of course, sensationalized item in a press conference, when he was asked whether or not whether he will initiate action, he said, no, it's not for him to do, because he is satisfied that the thing was above board. The fact is that you could go online right now and get all that information that he's talking about, things that, so it shows transparency, accountability, and that all of the regulatory and legal, what I consider to be matters that would cause such a statement to be made by the agency has been considered and put in place. That is why that is out there. But he and, of course, Robinson Regis will go out there and believe that there's something on what you hear what the man say? The man say cartel. Well, let me tell you something about that cartel. One of the contractors that he said was a cartel when they came into office in 2015, quite way back then. was Namalco. You know, Namalco end up getting judgment almost equal to the amount of money that they said, $1 billion, that they said that Namalco could not have worked for. The judge and them, because the Namalco countersued the government. And when they look at all of the documentation and so on, yes, they had some discrepancy, but at the end of the day, when you look at interest, etc., is almost $1 billion that the court has awarded to Namalco. So let us not waste time with these people and understand where they are coming from. They see in others that which is in them, because I could point to the construction of the health ministry not too far or adjacent, obliquely opposite to the Memorial Park. I could point to that, and the fact that they gave the contractor the land itself. The contractor used the land to as collateral to get the money, and then went and build that building, and now the government is saddled with the responsibility of having to pay the entire thing. That to me is not what one would expect in terms of transparency and accountability.
Yeah, that banditry. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Yeah. Hello, good morning. No, this is a hard program to get onto. I've been trying. Yeah, I know
it is. Yes.
Yeah. So when you was talking about the shortage of the fertilizer and those things, that happened in the past because of the regulation put by the One World Order and the climate change agenda. That caused the strike they had in Sri Lanka, where they stormed the palace, and the strike they had in Ireland and other countries. In Ireland, they take the thing and they throw feces on the government buildings and them thing. So that had happened not too in the distant past. That happened recently. Right now, Ireland still protesting. So they always have shortage. Even I too, there's a problem to get certain fertilizer for the lawn and thing here, because I gotta buy fertilizer 4 times for the year to fertilize the lawn to keep it green. Right? Now, in terms of corporal punishment also. Now, when they was implementing the corporal punishment, now you were saying that you should hold parents accountable. The people, I say they should hold the people who prevented parents and teachers from punishing the children and training the children in school. They put regulation in place to prevent that. And I remember in the 1980s, when that was taking place, I had discussion with the police officers and them. And one particular police officer, I end up telling she, I say, if they although punish all the children, because she said she's not going to punish the children. I said, well, the police go punish them. You know, she 2 sons end up in jail for murder. So the people put the regulation, the Minister of Education stopped the corporal punishment as well, and then they didn't want the parents and all to punish the children. So now we can't blame the thing, you have to blame the people who create the problem, right? Now, in terms of employment, everybody complaining about employment. I want to give the government advice if they're listening. Can only have a set of land there that is not being utilized. There are a lot of registered farmers. Give contract to these farmers who can employ people and produce certain crops that the Minister of Baji and Bodhi could market for the people in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, you could either package it to export, you could sell it to interfere with the local farmers, but at the same time, you do it in a way to create employment. And if the Minister of the Baji and Bodhi could take it and process it and make the profit to keep the project going, it will help create jobs. In terms of the employment of the CPEP and the URP, put back that to the council at them office, because they are responsible for paving the road, cleaning the drains, and cutting the grass. Let them have programs in place and employ the people in the district to do it. That way you create the jobs in the district, and you could hold the councillor accountable for not doing the job. You understand? That will bring accountability. And I think if you use these system in place, you'll be able to create the jobs, you'll be able to market produce, and then you could hold the councillors them accountable, as I see. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but at least he got in his 2 pence when we were looking at solutions, even though it's a day or 2 late.
So, gentlemen, we're just about up to the time for our our sponsored.
But let me just make a
NLCB.
correction here with respect to corporal punishment. That has nothing to do with the administrators of education or the politicians. That is a legal international obligation as a consequence of the convention with respect, of course, the promotion of children. And therefore, we, as part of the international community, have to, of course, respond. What has to happen, however, is that we have to find alternative means of disciplining our children, whether at home, school, or otherwise. Yes,
Nice.
so we have that particular exercise now. Andy, your turn.
Yes. Oh boy, Trinidad.
Busy capich.
Yeah. Today capich. What in play where is damn if you do, damn if you don't. When it comes to jobs, when it comes to trying, when it comes to hearing people, a lot of people talking nonsense. When some smart people that's supposed to be very, very educated or have a lot of common sense, still not understanding dynamics and how a country operates or works, and falling in the trap of some blabbermouth opposition MPs that wouldn't come straight forward to for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Oh boy, where's our mark? Where's our mark like that? That what? Where's stupidies?
Well, you know, you have to give yours last. So let's hear the four before you give yours. I'm sure that it gives you some time to marionate, as you would say, that in your mind. I would prefer to say ideate, but go ahead.
Paula, pleasant good morning to you. What is your mark for today?
What's your number?
Good morning.
Granny, your mark for today.
Hello?
Mark for today.
Mark, I know about Sean. I called to...
All right. Next caller. Right now we are in this segment.
Of course, is the NLCB segment. Let's not waste time or understand that this is the NLCB section segment where, of course, we are asked for the mark of the day. Snipes will give us, of course, what transpired yesterday, of course.
All right. Mark for today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To you.
What's your number? What's your mark?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, we have two, boy.
All right, go ahead on our left side first. What's your mark for today, caller?
All right. Take it on your side, Andy.
Caller, what's your mark for today again?
And put all your money on 23 and 33, the house. They're putting that jamet in a house. You understand?
Which
so
one
go
of
and
you two?
borrow all your money, beg, and just split up 2,000. Any amount of money all you have, go and get money and put it on house. Carrot house or big house.
Right, where's the two mark you
And
say?
money in your pocket.
But where's the two mark? But you had to say
23,
one.
33.
23, 33. Well, pick one. Somebody might follow and pick the next one. Pick one.
Well, go with 23 because yesterday I called him Mark straight 11, 16. They played 3 times. Go with 23. Money in your pocket this morning. Oh God, I'll go buy a house and land. Yeah, later.
23.
Right,
Oh boy, let's go again.
Good to see, of course, the company that loves to give money, but you must have a ticket.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Morning to you, Mr. Andy again.
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying
Where's the mark for
is
today?
21 and 36.
Oh,
21 and 36, you know talk about it.
Mouth.
Right? So you can pick anyone. But I believe 36 is a better one. But 21, good with jamet mouth, stupidness, and
That's
you know what 36
that's 36
is?
real place. So I feel how quick I'll go the mouth. But let me...
Right.
So you're picking the mouth.
Go ahead.
The 21?
Yeah.
All right, 21 the man picked.
Jamet mouth.
All right, 21. All right, so we have 2 so far. Oh boy. Donkey always play plenty, man. Donkey ain't gonna come back again.
We have one on this side.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
26 crowd.
What? What's your mark?
26 crowd.
And why? And why?
Why 26, caller?
All right, we lost him.
Oh boy. Well, we have one on this side, so let me
All right, go ahead. One more.
Yeah. Morning, caller. What's your mark for today, and tell us why that mark?
Andy Williams, good morning to you. Lennox Smith and Nigel Snipe. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I go in with 29. And why I choose 29, I tell Anderson, put down that glass and that bottle this morning. It's too early for that. Put down that bottle. So I go in with 29 drunk
Where's 29? Drunk man?
Opium man.
Yeah, drunk man. And I tell Anderson, put down that glass early morning over here. A construction boom is what we want in this country.
That we
put
must
down
want
that glass.
that. The grass cutting to create tomahawk. compared to a construction boom. My work grass cutting to create. Come on, man.
And my next one is 14. The people want money. Construction boom will put money in the people pocket.
Nah, you don't say 29.
Anderson, take 29.
Yeah, you don't say 29. How much is that so far, director?
That's the 4, I suppose.
That's the 4.
Yeah.
That's the 4? Well, all right. Well, my mark will be money. Because I think everybody put it in proper perspective with other people there who drunk, who going in house. You know, put the jamet in house and all kind of bacchanal thing there. So, yeah, so them marks covered.
And of course, I will agree with that because there's a pending construction boom that will generate the employment opportunities and put money in people's pockets. Directly and indirectly. Yes. Small contractors.
But let me don't bring it in the play.
Get your tools out, the carpenters and the masons and the joiners and the small contractors. Get your tools out, get your people ready.
So guys, the numbers go as follows today. We had 23 House, 21 Mouth, 26 Proud, and 29 Opium Man.
What went on yesterday?
Andy's pick for today is 14. Yesterday, our winning numbers were 11, 4, 16, and 16. So at 10 a.m., we had 11. At 4 p.m., we had number 4.
The Kobo Playboy 11.
At 1 p.m., we had number 4. And at 4 p.m., we had number 16. And at 7 p.m., we had a replay of number 16.
Look at that. Look, the dead man that I was always playing. Look, the dead man
chose
4.
Yesterday came.
Well, whoever was mining, Mark will win them thing. Because the dead man come. Look, the Kobo will talk about the Labas, the 11 the day before. So whoever that lined the 11 the day before, you had to win the 11 yesterday. And the jammed behavior people come twice yesterday. Oh, good.
So you should have mined the Kobo.
Yeah, boy.
yeah. Because we said that somebody would have been playing for that. Even though, of course, I played for King. They played Queen. Well, they proposed Queen, but King came.
Nice. So Trinidad and Tobago.
Mind them, people.
Trinidad and Tobago, thanks so much to NLCB for the marks for today. The company that loves to give away money. We go for a quick break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
Yippee! Know what that's the sound of? The absolute glee and excitement you'll feel with a hassle-free loan from Island Finance. Yippee! Weekend in St. Lucia? Give it to yourself. That double-door fridge? Give it to yourself. A short course to help you upskill? Give it to yourself. Yippee! Apply online or via WhatsApp at 483-8117. And whatever you want, give it to yourself with a hassle-free loan from Island Finance.
Yippee! Subject to credit approval and documents verification.
This is your chance to be there live. Talk City 91.1 FM is giving you the chance to win tickets to the CONCACAF Women's World Cup qualifier, Trinidad and Tobago versus El Salvador. Happening this Friday, 17th April at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. We're giving away a pair of tickets and winning is simple. When you hear this sound, be the first caller to 622-4911 and you win. Listen out Wednesday 15th and Thursday 16th right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Don't miss your chance to be part of the excitement. Come out and support our local girls as they battle for World Cup qualification. Talk City 91.1 FM. Your station, your voice.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports with Nasira Mohammed, daily at 7 p.m.
This is Destra. Right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it loud.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Morning, everybody here. So that issue with the senator and the former health minister, that is a problem of oversight separation of powers and the need for constitutional reform to fix some of the problems in that regard. Because a foundational principle in democracy is called the separation of powers. A legislature creates law, and law is direction for a country. So think of them like the board of directors of a company. The executive carries out that direction. The executive, for the most part in our system, is the prime minister and the ministers. In a company, that would be the CEO and his managers. Then you have a judiciary that's supposed to settle disputes in law. Right? So the creation of law, execution of law, and settling disputes in law. Right? In our system, there is no such thing. And the function of the legislature, the second function, major function, is to conduct oversight, which is what that exercise was supposed to be. The senator was supposed to be part of a body that will challenge, question the executive. Are you doing your function? Are you carrying out my direction? The problem is that once you win a general election and you become prime minister, you and your ministers become the executive technically, right? But you also sit in the parliament. You also sit in the body that's going to be questioning the executive, right? And once you have a prime minister who is willing to abuse that power, he will. And we have a shining example of the last 10 years. The only time you may get oversight is after that government is removed and the new government starts looking into things that they did, and that's just not good enough. Every day this oversight is happening and supposed to happen. And if you have it being a corrupt system, you're going to have massive problems, as we have seen. The only fix for this is constitutional reform to properly separate the executive from the legislature. Right? We don't have the separation now. My humble suggestion for years has been that you have a proportional representation system in the House of Representatives that forms the legislature, many different groups in society, the big groups, teachers and farmers and retired persons. Once you win enough seats in a general election, you get proportionally enough votes, in a general election, you get proportionally seats to sit there, right? And then that body is what's going to conduct oversight of the executive. And that executive must not be in the parliament at all, right? That will take constitutional reform. Even if this government uses executive measures, meaning the prime minister decides she's going to operate a certain way. Once this government is gone, the next government has nothing to stop them from going back to the good old way, right? So law, and in this case, constitutional law, is necessary to fix that. And it will we have had countless examples of this sort of thing in the past, and it will keep happening in the future. And this prime minister is in a position where she can fix it for all time as part of her legacy.
Hey, Andy, this guy who's talking about corporate punishment, this guy is behind sanctions. That's the international law that passed corporate punishment. This one's way back, boy. This one, I don't know this one needs to cut his contribution really short. Later.
Pleasant good morning, Mikey, Lennox, Andy, and Sir Snipes. Well, concerning the kids and them, I call them kids that, tend to be misbehaving in schools and all these other things, Look, this is just my opinion and maybe a suggestion, is that let me take all these ones that, delinquent into the sense that they're aware what is they're doing, right? Take them and carry down Petrotrin, down in the base. Make them go through a system down there, a disciplinary action type of thing, and also get an education down there. So the ones that were in schools who more or less misbehaving, put them down in that system down there. Let them get the education down there, and as time goes along, absorb them into the different services, like the Army, the Coast Guard, even the TTPS, So let me see if we could, that might be able to be a suggestion then rather than to blame the parents. Because as the old people will say, you make your children, but you ain't make their mind. So, I mean, you could do as much as a certain age group before they start to, have their own way and their own thinking. And, you could be on a job and then, your child doing something and you get, reprimanded for something that you're not aware of. You understand? Because today or tomorrow, God forbid, our child commits a murder or something. Does the parent go to jail also, or does the child go to jail? So let me see if we could, move a little away from that. In my opinion, this one strike, two strike, and charge the parents and thing. I don't think that's the thing, because what about a parent who have nothing right now? No work, no nothing, and our child misbehaving, you would still charge the parent? So I don't think that will work, in my humble opinion. I think the taking them to Petrotrin might be a quicker and safer place environment for them. All right? That's my opinion. Blessings, everyone.
As you say, you make a child where you don't make it mine, as the old people say, you say, right? Right. But remember, that child will suffer the consequences of their own actions when they reach the age of 18. Under the age of 18, the parent must be wholly responsible for their child behavior, or must be wholly accountable for the behavior of their kids out there. That's my belief. Let's continue. Tell me about the after when they reach 18, they're not child again. There's young adult that could be child, right? The parents get away. But between the hours at the age of 0 to 18 to 17, the parents have to handle stories, or they know they are bad children. Go by the police station and report. Go to the court and make an agreement with the court to put that child in a juvenile home. But plenty of them just be, oh God, what am I do? That my child. I can't look up my child in a juvenile home. How that go look? That go look bad. But looking bad that your child killing people, thieving, raping is a menace. And everybody knowing that your child. So which one better? Not you take the responsibility as a parent. Your cockroach and them start to get out of hand. That you come clean because you well know your children. Yes, there are cases where we know your children when they come in home, they're like an angel. And when they leave, they're bad. Well, all right, that is at a minimum. But most parents have an idea of the wickedness or the bad minds of their kids. Especially when they grow them up good. They know. And what is the first and foremost they're supposed to do? When the school sometimes send letters to them, they ain't going to attend to the meeting about the bad behavior of the children. They ain't going to PTA meeting, nothing. They ain't correcting the children in no way, and when they correct them, no, it's not that way. You see a child really on stupidness? Carry them to the station. Now your child, make a report. Officers, I believe my child are engaging in criminal activities. So that records there. And under 18, right, now organize and go and file affidavits to organize, because you can handle that child, to put that child in a juvenile home. So they'll be locked up there and be trained in the juvenile home. Instead they're on the road there, linemen on the block, smoking weed, some of them smoking cocaine, and getting influenced by people that don't have their best interests. So let me be real. Some are only making excuses. Again, I stand firm with that. Imagine 1,000 children were suspended from school. 1,000 in the first 3 months of the school term of the year. January, February, March, and January, February, March. 1,000 suspended. Come on, man. Then you have a young person there get hold under the state, the SOE order, underage too. What are they telling me about? All them children and them bad children and them, the parents have an idea. 75% of the parents of these bad children and them have an idea of the things that the children doing. But no, they don't want the neighbor to see that they put a child in juvenile home. No, so they rather don't do that. Where a juvenile home is a controlled environment. What they rather do? Shut up and just leave the child and son, don't do that now. Daughter, you're lying with a criminal day. Why you go friend with that person? But the child don't underage. You see your daughter is 17, 18, well 17, 16, 17. You know she with a bandit man. Or a community leader. Obviously, sexual intercourse going on. She's a minor. And instead of going to make a report, or they staying quiet. So when people tell them about they make the child and they make the mind. So about all them children that go, man, yes, it got some go fall off the track. Yes, it has some will escape the view of their parents. Yes. But that is in the minority. The majority of parents know their children's behavior. They know the direction the children going in. Don't get waxed with that. Alright, let me continue this voice next day. Tell them about. Man, we have to take a break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
Know what that's the sound of? The absolute glee and excitement you feel with a hassle-free loan from Island Finance. Weekend in St. Lucia? Give it to yourself. That double door fridge? Give it to yourself. A short course to help you upskill? Give it to yourself. Yippee! Apply online or via WhatsApp at 483-8117. And whatever you want, give it to yourself with a hassle-free loan from Island Finance.
Yippee! Subject to credit approval and documents verification.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed 15 feet. Do not lift lines to allow vehicles to pass. When carrying out underground works, contact Tech's area offices to ensure there are no underground conductors and cables before digging. At Tech, safety is our priority. Tech, the power to make it work.
Every morning begins with a story, the headlines you need, the voices you trust, the conversations shaping our nation. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today, where your day starts informed and inspired. News that matters to you, conversations that spark new ideas, stories that move Trinidad and Tobago forward. Tune in weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. or join conversation on any smart device at TNT Today Show. Trinidad and Tobago Today. Start here, exclusively on TTT.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, or what doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before. A brand new era of talk radio is here.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it low.
Bang, bang, bang. The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back. Time check is 43 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Mr. Pleasant, good morning to all my drivers again. All. And you know what about old people saying too? Oh, they tickle my pink this morning. Yeah, oh, they tickle my pink. Yeah, because again, whether be boy, child, or girl, child, all the parents know. You know when your girl child, all of a sudden, lining with a man, older than she, you know she's sexually active with the person. You know she under the age of 18, and they ain't saying nothing. Some of them girl and them getting pregnant, and the parent of them ain't saying nothing. Eh? Some of them they seen that the girl child going out, bad man car pull up, the girl child going out, and the underage with them bad man and them, we tell them about, and then all they want to make excuses to the parents. No, here why? You don't fail as a parent in growing up your children good, right? The proper way. You fail. Instead of leaving them there, your failure, loose for all of we as target. Lock up your dogs, lock up your cats. We tell them about. Lock them up, meaning juvenile home. Lock them away. It's no different to you have a pet. Let me say a dog in the yard. The dog in the yard will bark at everybody to the outside. It's to do that. But while growing up, the dog now start to rush people in the home, living there. Like let me say one of the children. What most parents this do? They either they lock down that dog, build a cove, lock it up, because they know the consequences that dog will bite somebody in the yard. That's what people is do. Or they give it away, or they put it to sleep. That's facts. So you telling me all these delinquent parents with that have these delinquent children that didn't go to children good, and know that the dogs and the cats attacking or misbehaving or will cause harm to innocent people, and the saying it will cause harm, that them will cause harm to innocent people, and they ain't doing nothing because they're a child, they're a boy child, they're a girl child, and they're going out there and they're causing harm to people. When the right thing those parents are supposed to do is lock down these children and them a juvenile. That's simple. Man, I don't know if Lennox Smith want to say something before I continue with these calls or voice notes. Tell me about.
Well, I have said it very categorical, and let me just repeat that I do not subscribe to the concept that you make the child and you make the mind, and you make the mind once, of course, the child is under the age of 18 years of age. I'm very, very clear about that. I am also a fervent advocate for parental responsibility legislation of the type that, of course, I have prescribed earlier, because there must be, you see, there is this emotional attachment, and you love the child irregardless of the faults, no faults, etc. And while every parent would want the best for their child, unfortunately, that love and that blindsidedness or sidelining of responsibility, because it's your child, sometimes, or in too many instances, redound to the detriment of that child and its eventual development and what it turns out to be, character and personality-wise. And therefore, yes, you have to find a way to erode, to disconnect that emotional love you, no matter what scenario, and try to treat with things with the head and not with the heart. And in such circumstances, I think we'll be in a better place. So you are quite right, fundamentally, Andy. It's just the methodology to be adopted as to how to have it done. Of course, I am at variance with.
So Lennox Smith, it's so simple. Let me say, I know as a father, right? I'm a father. I growing up maturing good. But they start to go in a direction, what's it when it's a Lord's Day, where I will be held between the age of 1 and 17, that I will be held responsible for their actions. For the time I know I'm going to be held for their love, I know I can make a jail or get fined $20,000, $30,000 for the child I make, and I know that she become a menace or he become a menace. Man, I go in by the station and make a report on my child. Officers, this child thing, I going by the justice of the
Before
peace.
it gets there, even before it gets there, I know of too many cases, a critical mass to not to be concerned, where the parent, the person who is giving birth, a single parent usually, and usually it's the mother, they know they will not be able to take care, but because it's a child, they would do their best and of course engage in all kinds of activities that
Talking,
will,
Mike.
of course, say they will engage in all kinds of activities, the parents that is, to try to mind that child, for want of a better term, to mind that child. But there would have been persons who were saying, well, listen, we have a nice family here. Give us the child. Let us nurture the child the way how it's supposed to be nurtured. Provide all of the physical and material and, of course, the nutrition that is required. But you know you can't do it, but you wouldn't give up the child. So I think the legislation part of it, of what we are contemplating, will certainly, of course, have people thinking differently because they will be responsible to some extent for their child's delinquency if they end up, of course, in the criminal justice system, and so maybe mitigate or reduce the amount of them that would be destined for that.
Bet
simply because the parents cannot afford.
I betting you money. I betting Trinidad and Tobago money that if a parent, through legislation, strike one, strike two, because not just so, we must run background checks. All right, because the child didn't come so dress so. Right? Strike one, strike two, strike three. Where the parent is charged or hold responsible and accountable for their kids' actions. Bet me, plenty parents going to the justice of the peace, going and make report to the police station and get that child out of their hand. Because
but before that, somebody who has a good home, comparatively speaking, you give the child, to that family.
What? But I don't want that child. You getting rid of that child because that child done gone mad. It done bad. It done out of hand. I go be adopt a child, so let us what you talking. For that child.
I'm saying after birth, I'm saying before it reached that stage that you were talking about. There's a birth,
All right.
And at birth, you're going to hospital. Some neighbor is able to, of course, is well off. They have a stable family, and they say, well, give me the child. Now born, give me the child, and so on. So I'm saying before it reaches the stage that you are talking about, there will be an option to. But if the parent knows that it's delinquency or the possibility that the child will stray because of the unaffordability to really nurture that child, then they will consider giving up that child in order to prevent themselves from getting problems later down the road and the child.
Nah, that would be the real minimum. Right? A real little bit of people even thinking that.
I'm just saying, but whether so or not, if the law doesn't exist, it will, the status quo will remain. But if it exists, you will have some people who would take that route as well. That's the point I'm making.
Man, remember, you doesn't know how bad a dog is get until you see after he started to grow up and think, well, you're right, think. When you see fall off the track day, you know you have to get rid of it. Yeah. Me go and give up my puppy or my child. I go through series.
No, you can anticipate. You are a human being. I am not working anywhere. As a woman, for example, the man gone, got a pregnancy that I really didn't want. You know what the outcome will be, what the possibilities are. So therefore, you take action one time, especially in circumstances where there are parental legislation that is waiting there for you.
Okay. All right, all of the lines are open, eh? Man, all right, all of that is good.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Pitbull. Good morning, Mr. Lennox.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Snipes. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, God. I mean, God gave me a voice this morning here because it doesn't get in. You know how long I call him from the almost ready program, but I will tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just talked to the ex-president Trinidad and Tobago village. I just told myself because I have a contest near dealing with Trinidad as a opposition basically from the kind of government that we have, the kind of politics, which is not politics at all, is just corruption. I want to talk to you this morning in truth. And doesn't say something that people may or think, but it's damn right what he says. And then we come and we have Dr. Nobody, who will come in and say something talking about proportional representation in whatever form it may be, but we need it because the governance that we have in this country is way past corruptive. It's corruptive that I don't care whether it's PNM or the UNC, all of them follow that corruptive government. Who pays for it? The people who they say they want to be democratically. Why is no revolution? I hear everybody mouth. Everybody is voting from some kind of stupidness. Who doing good for me? Who? You see, this is the kind of thing I have in all the program day after day. I can't get to call in, but when I do what I call in, I have to say what has to be said, not sycophant thing. Talk what has to be said. Yeah, okay. So we might try to get a little constructive boom. And what I hear in plenty things, aside from some things that they might push out to make the people look good. There's one set of promises of not materializing. We have a global situation with money funny. If some parts getting money because oil raise up, where the money we get in if we get in? But then we talking about we still have no money, we have to borrow. When we done borrow, where our money going? Would we really see the money that we borrow by the end of the term? These are the things you have to know. We only pay and push it put in with what we may call the sycophantishness. And one set of sycophants are here and going down a level and they making consciousness on different observation of how the government running and what we do. We have our opposition. It doesn't seem like we have anybody pushing away. Even so, we don't want the opposition to become be pushing them away, but they're supposed to be the opposition. I don't know what we're doing all the football and Lennox. The snipes on the corner there, now you so much in this. But and that's not right. Pull up on this stuff and this station here. We stay at the government station. But today I'm telling you, sycophant thing like a UNC station, but not government.
Thank you, caller. Hi, good morning. Welcome.
Next caller.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. All that in 10 years, all that money disappear without a trace. These politicians voting in this place.
Go ahead, next call on my side.
Any views or opinions expressed on the ground report are solely those of the hosts and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
Morning, caller.
Good morning, Pitbull. This is Granny. I don't know why people call in. Hello?
Yeah, we are listening, Granny. Go ahead.
Go ahead. We're listening loud and clear. And very attentive. Go ahead.
Why people calling and talking about their responsibility on radio station. That is your responsibility to go and find something to do. Now, the people in Pinal, they support Kamala all the time from Panda days. And they're not a radio station, and they're not getting contract. None of them have government work. If you go down Debe, you go down Pinal, you go down Sipalia, 2 o'clock morning, they get up and preparing to go and sell doubles. The supporter, they vote for her. And not from now. Why is it people don't take their responsibility on themselves and go and do something for themselves for the benefit of their family? Or look on them on radio station to talk all your personal thing and all your responsibility. All your responsibility is not for government to get contract or job. Go and see everybody selling pulao, kachori, doubles, roti from 2 o'clock morning. They get enough. They're not looking for contract. They're not looking for government work. They're looking for a meal for his family. 40,000 people. The agriculture minister training right now. to do agriculture. They want that. They want contract work and government work. And coming on radio station to talk, to try to see if they could bring down the UNC government, my government, which is their responsibility. You hear?
All right.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much. Let me get next call. Everybody can be doctors, everybody can be lawyers, everybody can be teachers, everybody cannot be police officers, everybody cannot be farmers, everybody cannot be vendors, everybody cannot be bush cutters. Let's be real. And I say no more.
The man can't live by bread alone either. So you must have the multiplicity of things in order to a modern society to function efficiently. Yeah.
Right, but because here
yeah.
Because if I want to be the devil's advocate, I can afford to say, well, all right, all of we, let me go in farming. We go organize and plant, and we go out there to sell. One, people have no money to buy, right? No problem. Right. Two, they go have excess in the market. Right, prices go down. Three. But all of we planting and going and sell and this and that and whatever, which all of we cannot penal debate them and land down there. What about the people who live in the built-up communities and no land? Come on, man. All right. All right. So we do that. Bam. We organize and we... Oh, it's a minute too. Oh, God, I would have loved to finish that point.
Well, if money was like stone, then, of course, all of us will be able to pick up stone and pay for what we want. And nobody produces anything. No, let's go for the news. When we go for the news, when we come back, of course, more of this very, very interesting discussion.
Good morning. This is your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Chairman of Trio TT, Vicky Rampersad, provided an update on the condition of Sabita Basdeo during an interview on the TT Today morning show, following Basdeo's rescue from years of alleged forced labor and captivity in South Trinidad. According to Ms. Rampersad, the victim remains deeply traumatized by her ordeal and will require ongoing psychological and social support as she begins the process of healing.
Is going to take a lot of time because she has endured so much pain, so much suffering, and it will take time for her to recuperate and get back on track. I don't know if she will ever be able to fully recover from this, but we are hoping to, and we will do everything possible we can to help her and to help her family at this time.
Ms. Rampersad said numerous reports had been made by Ms. Basdeo's relatives to the authorities prior to the posting of the video. She added that in addition to Ms. Basdeo's mistreatment, there had been other allegations made against those who enslaved her.
Yesterday, I have received hundreds of complaints, not a couple, hundreds of complaints against the same said person. Countless evidence and reports that is being sent directly to the authorities to deal with this matter as quickly. The public is outraged.
Ms. Rampersad says this case should serve as a national wake-up call regarding the protection of vulnerable people. She urged authorities to ensure that reports of abuse and forced labor are treated with urgency and that victims are not ignored when they seek help. In other news, Minister of Finance Devendranath Tanku is in Washington, D.C., attending the 2026 World Bank Spring Meetings. While attending the event, Minister Tanku joined the Atlantic Council for a conversation regarding opportunities to strengthen this country's economic ties with the United States of America. These talks also focused on advancing investment and finding support for sustainable growth. The spring meetings run from Monday 13th to Saturday 18th April 2026. And inflation for March 2026 rose to 0.7%, up from 0.6% in February 2026, according to the Central Statistical Office. The inflation rate is measured using the All Items Index over a 12-month period. By comparison, inflation for March 2025 to March 2024 stood at 1%. The All Items Index increased to 125.9 in March, a month-on-month rise of 0.1%. The index for food and non-alcoholic beverages climbed by 0.7%, while alcoholic beverages and tobacco rose by 0.9%. Clothing and footwear recorded a decline of 0.6%. And in some sport news, family, friends, and fans filed into the Church of the Assumption in Maraval to pay their respects to former national cyclist Colin "Creepy" Wilson, who passed away following an accident at the Easter International Cycling Grand Prix. Paying tribute to Wilson was cyclist and administrator Desmond Roberts, who was joined by some of the sport's top personalities, and they had a message for cyclists.
I said, you all have to die. You all have to go home at some point in time. But how are we going home? So I need people to think about that. All cyclists to think about that. We have to protect yourself on the road. You have to protect yourself on the track. All love racing. And I repeat, safety comes first. End of the day, your family is the ones that will suffer in the end.
And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From all of us here to you, have a great day.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
This is about creating opportunity through responsible management and citizen participation in national wealth. We are targeting US $3 billion in new investment within the next few years in energy, in construction, in tourism, and the digital economy.
Music.
It's reconstruction time in Trinidad, so put your shoulder to the wheel, man, lad, move on, don't stop till you reach the top. You put a hand and I put a hand and we will sing. For big and for small in no time at all, prosperity. There's no other way to do it. Show your patriotic spirit, unity, somehow, if Trinidad ever needed you, is now.
Culture.
The budget has goodies and some not so goodies, but that is because fairness requires that everyone plays their part.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our music. This is Talk City 91.1 FM.
For many children, speaking up is not just difficult, it can feel risky. This is fear of being judged, fear of not being believed, and sometimes fear of what happens next. Many children may feel scared to speak up. Today, we continue with Childline Trinidad and Tobago social media manager Naomi Francis. Question: how does Childline ensure that their conversations remain safe and confidential?
Many children fear that if they speak up and inform us of their challenges, specifically if it's abusive in nature, that they'll get in serious trouble or be thrown into a very exhausting and scary process. So to address this, we conduct child-focused referrals that connect children to the National Child Protection System. So this means that when children need help from state agencies like the Children's Authority or the Child Protection Unit, we mediate. A child will not call us and then have to call someone else. Never. We contact the relevant authority and we stay in constant follow-up to make sure that the child who calls us gets the help.
Creating a safe space is not just about listening. It is about trust. It is about respect. And it is about meeting children where they are without pressure. How can we reassure children that it is okay to speak up and that help is available to them?
To children listening, when you reach out to us, you don't have to directly engage with any police or authority on the phone, as that is a big concern and fear for some of them. Additionally, any report made will be by us and not you. So your name and the information that we will need, which you will entrust us with, will not be used against you in any way to cause you harm. It will only be used to provide you help in that specific circumstance where you or anyone around you may be in danger.
If a child feels unsafe, unheard, or unsure, that moment matters. And reaching out could be the first step towards protection and support. We have been speaking with Childline Trinidad and Tobago social media manager, Naomi Francis. Now, if you or a child you know needs support, reach out to Childline. Visit childlinett.org for more information or connect through their helpline and online platforms. Because every child deserves to be heard and helped.
This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
History in the rhythm. Issues in the spotlight. Talk City 91.1. Any views or opinions expressed on the ground report are solely those of the hosts and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it loud.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back, we are back, we are back. Time check, it's 9 minutes. Yes, 9 minutes past your over 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. You're to the Pitbull of Radio in studio alongside the big word man, Lennox Smith. Yes, and we have directors, types, and the ones and twos. Lennox Smith, let's do a little post-mortem on all the issues. Yeah, let's do a little post-mortem on all the issues that was raised so far, very quick. That the people come out with so far, and your thoughts on the day, quick.
Well, generally, I think all of the issues that would have been raised, I think, is appropriate. The one, of course, dealing with parental responsibility. Of course, the press conference yesterday, where Stuart Young, of course, made a sensationalism of the entire exercise and nestled, of course, in what I consider to be disinformation, misinformation, which, of course, I hope we have the chance to extrapolate and explain some of it, because for some, it made sense, and therefore they will go with that. I noticed that this morning as well. So those are some of the things that I would want to that has come to my mind in terms of what transpired this morning. Clearly, of course, we also have coming up at 8:15 the word for the day challenge. Of course, I want people to get into their dictionaries, and of course, whether it be a physical one or electronic one, and come up with a word and give and challenge my own vocabulary in the initial stage, just two, and then of course we'll take yours.
Well, then I'll do by the meanwhile is just play some voice notes. I'm gonna cover some voice notes before that big segment, the word of the day.
Yeah, and yesterday, of course, I did promise to deal with.
Good morning again.
The oil industry.
Andy, talk about Granny.
Yes, of course, that promotion. CONCACAF Women's Tournament. Promotion. But go ahead, caller, go ahead.
Andy,
I see you have a caller there.
Good morning again.
Good morning,
Andy,
good morning. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm.
Talk about Granny. I understand what Granny is talking about. You know what I mean? In the Indian or West Indian community, they have a different mentality, okay? If you don't get something that you really need to do for your life, and you don't have that available, you do something else, whatever it is, to keep your family, to maintain your family, buy food, everything, whatever it is you want to do. I'm not calling whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like. And then, when that opportunity available, then you go for it. But in the meanwhile, you can't sit down and let your family starve and waiting for that opportunity. You got to do something else. And I understand what Granny is talking about. I'm talking about how our West Indian people think. So that's what I do. I do things before what I want to do. And a lot of things I want to do, I never get to do it. But anyway, I still do it. I'm okay. So that is what she's talking about. I don't think she meant anything else. So you have to understand, Andy, Lennox. I understand where she's coming from. And Granny is good. I like her contribution. And I understand what she's coming from. Other people don't. All right?
Andy, morning. Lennox, Snipes. Andy, well, you always say that the government listens to our program. So I'm mentioning this again. We want the blasted guns and the drugs burnt in public, please. Thank you. I hope the word blasted is not a bad word to use any program. Bye.
Morning, everybody. Andy Williams, I want you and Lennox Smith to listen to the kind of things that people are saying about the Prime Minister and the government. Yesterday, I went to the San Fernando bus terminal to get a bus to go Port Speed. It was after 12. The back of the terminal is filled with buses, big buses, and some of them were recently refurbished. You know, Andy, the PTSC in San Fernando did not even have the courtesy to send a bus to Port of Spain. Why? Since this UNC government came into power, they just taken all the buses in the terminal and send them to UE. The government is making life hard for people. They're brutalizing them with hefty traffic fines. A lady said that she was stopped and was charged $1,000 for not having the insect cap on one of her safety valves. People are fearful to drive. They cannot take taxis because the roads are bad and the taxis increasing their fares. So they go into the buses. The bus service is in a deplorable condition. They're not buying new buses, they're not repairing them. Look, yesterday when I was down there, a bus shut down right in the terminal. They put a sign on the windscreen mark out of service. At the same bus, they only taking and sending to UE. Why are they doing people that? That is wickedness. People have to go to work. Yet everything is a tax in this country. And on top of that now, the San Fernando terminal is selling people tickets and not sending the buses. You see this thing about how they're taking all the buses and sending them to UE? Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Right? The people on the ground talking about that wickedness and the turning against the government, you know. Every day. So what happened? So the whole terminal in San Fernando, it sell out to UE or something? No. All you cannot be doing people them kind of evil things. I want to see how long this government will keep doing that for. Send everything UE, man. Send all the buses in the terminal UE. Right? And they were just last in power for 5 years. But we never had that problem. PNM gave us a good bus service from San Fernando to Port of Spain. Every half an hour we used to get a bus. All you close it down now to send buses to the UE.
Nice, let's go into the word for today. Yes, Lennox Smith,
yes, indeed, and of course, thereafter we have that promotion as well, Women Countercraft, where of course 2 tickets, Snipes, yes, 2 tickets will be made available for the very simple, no question asked, just the first call that we got after, of course, that horn. You have to know whether you're coming or you're going. But that being as it may, of course, the arrangement here we make, of course, is that you call in, give us a word, of course, you challenge me on it, and then I give one for the day, and we would have completed that exercise. What is the intention, the objective? Well, of course, it's to broaden one's vocabulary, and of course, with the use of words, well, you could communicate better, and of course, that is also appropriate for C students, CXC students, meaning the secondary system, as well as university scholars. That being as it may, the line is open, and of course, we would want to get your word of the day. Of course, a challenge that has started. Yes,
Nice.
indeed. Good morning. What's the word?
Lennox.
Yes.
Used, good morning, first of all. Lennox used a word the other day. I'd like him to tell me the meaning of it.
What's that?
The word he used was condone. Can you please explain what that is supposed to be?
Condone? Condone? Support. Support.
Hi,
condone.
so condone, you said, right? Condone.
Yeah, condone. Not condone, eh? Condone.
Condone.
If you condone something, it means that you are supporting something, you are agreeing with something. Usually is done with behavior. Next word, please.
Ungratefulness.
Oh boy, you're going. Ungratefulness.
But how that look like
Andy,
you throw that for
Andy,
so.
Andy, I will leave that for you to
Yeah,
give
yeah,
the
yeah.
meaning.
All right.
I don't I need to comment on this one. Go ahead.
Ungratefulness, meaning
Yes.
somebody is ungrateful. They don't appreciate what people did for them. Ungratefulness, meaning like
Yeah,
some
in
like how
response
some
to
of you,
a kind act. Yeah,
yeah,
and then
like some of you, how will you call in to say the ground report
like somebody call it
ungrateful.
again. Like we have an next one. We have a next one. So apart from condone ungratefulness, let's hear this one. Good morning. We take three this morning.
Lennox.
Yeah.
The word that you were mispronouncing is condoms. Condoms, you know, the prophylactic.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted you to tell me what is the meaning of condoms, because that is not a recognized word.
What? Which word? Condone? Condone?
Condone.
D-O-N-E?
C-O-N-D-O-M-S. That is how you pronounce that.
Right, but why you always on the pronunciation? Give me a word and give me. Let me get the meaning now. Tell me the meaning wrong now, please. All right, pronunciation. We have dealt with that already. All right, once you understand what I mean, then the word, the work of communication, and therefore verbal expression would have done its work. Please. All right. So I don't know if you're saying condone or condone. So if it's condone, well, of course, is a prophylactic, is a part of contraception, prevention of, pregnancy, and of course, condone, well, of course, support for something or in agreement. All right. So that's it there. My word for the day. Andy, I see you laughing, boy.
Boy, that man, I like you, I really like you.
Yeah, with some perfection.
No, the man wanted to talk proper. The man wanted to don't talk no, but they could spell it, not on that. Pronounce it good. There is the pronunciation, man.
As an old teacher, I will know differently, but that is how it is sometimes. What the word I want to do, what I want to give is diversify. We hear that all the time, diversifying of the economy and so on. But what does it mean? Andy,
I will go into it.
Giving you the challenge.
Yeah, I will hit at it again. Diversify or diversification. Other words, like for instance, KFC, rituals, them real diversify. Them in Port of Spain, them in St. James, them in Shogunas, they in San Fernando, they Point 14, diversification. All right, like for instance, in Tong might only have one ministry of social development ministry. All right, we want the ministry of social development diversify. We want one in San Fernando. We want one in Point. We want one in Diego Martin. We want one, all right, it's our next ministry we want? Yeah, the Ministry of Public Utilities. I think it one. Somewhere we want one in all parts of Trinidad and Tobago diversifying. And not only that too, some people will also watch a diversifying economy. Like for instance, we economy is based on gas. When people saying it's oil and gas, or gas, no. We economy is a gas-based economy now, not an oil-based economy. It's a gas-based economy, and a government will say we want to diversify the economy, right? Meaning we don't want to only depend on gas and oil. We want to plant back sugarcane. We want to go back with coffee. We want to go back with cocoa and all
right.
the
You get it. You got it. But of course, the first set of examples that would have been more decentralizing as opposed to diversify, because if you're talking about rituals of them, rituals maybe in coffee, but then they would diversify maybe in selling cheese or selling hard product. That is diversify. But of course, what the first examples you give would have been decentralizing.
All right. The diversification is changing of the economy. That is moving from oil and
different
gas
things
and coming with the other things. Okay.
Very good. I've not heard Miss Balmain. Of course, right now we're going to play that. We're going to play that horn for this promotion. Yes, indeed. When you hear that, and the first call that comes, of course, is CONCACAF Women's World Cup, of course, qualifier ticket giveaway. Right now, yes, a promotion on and right here on Talk City. So that is the qualifier, the CONCACAF Women's World Cup qualifier ticket giveaway. So you have 2 tickets, Snipes, 2 tickets to give away, and we will take anybody who calls now. That answer the question.
You must be going to the football.
And I hope it's people who listening and know what it is for, and therefore will do justice. Go to the football. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow. That sounded like the
my name one time.
That sounded like the person yesterday.
You can't win twice.
You can't win twice. You can't win twice. So we'll take the next call. Yes.
You know, family now.
I hear you. She has an extended family. Wow.
You know.
She wants everybody to go. Yeah, go ahead.
And I have a 10-year-old grandson. When I tell you he loves football.
Okay.
His name is Raphael Terul. You hear about
Raphael sounding like a football name from a long time ago. You know.
My 77-year-old senior citizen, what you're supposed to do there now is get one of your grandchildren. Get one of your grandchildren or children to call in. Get one of your grandchildren or your children
because you wouldn't be able
in.
to get this one.
So get one of your grandchildren.
You wouldn't be able to get this one because you would have gotten already.
Yes,
maybe if you get one of the grandchildren to call in.
Let somebody else
call. So we'll have to take the next call. All right? Okay.
Yeah,
yes, caller. Caller, you are a big winner. You are a big winner.
No ticket, right?
Huh?
I said, I want to get no ticket.
But you get it? You see, you get it? But you get it? You get it? You get it? You the caller that got it.
No word. Right now we dealing with ticket. Right, so cut it off. Yeah? Don't give me no word.
All right, so he got it. Anderson, we know you, so that those 2 tickets are yours.
Yeah.
You all have to give me his information, okay?
All right, okay.
His number and of course his phone.
All right, so Anderson Wilson.
Andy,
you know that email?
Andy will get it.
Anderson Wilson.
Anderson Wilson.
And I will text you his phone number.
His phone number. All right.
Don't give me no word for no day, nah. Yeah.
Anderson, you're in the wrong session, man. But you come out trumps.
Smart. You want to use word to attack me.
Yeah, and he's smart too.
Yeah.
He give no word for the he give no number either.
Yeah.
like he minded something. Yeah, he minded something.
No, we're not getting that job there.
All right, my friend. So you got the 2 tickets. Anderson, having called the one before, of course, they didn't win because of the fact that they won already. So you were the lucky person today.
Nice.
You know, I really want people to know that in my many years in broadcasting, Anderson ain't no just come. when it comes to calling and talking the issues, he ain't no just.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. I mean, he's a staple.
Yeah.
If
Watch
you don't
me.
hear him for a time, you wonder why.
Let me tell you what would I go on there.
When he had put in the work.
Let me
Go
tell you
ahead,
what
Andy.
was going on with he day. You see, at the time when he didn't have the thing to come at me yet, when it was the number for the day, you see that come in and took in a job on me using the playway. The word for the day done gone, but he want the program. He don't want the program to done before he took in on me. Well, I have a word for Andy. You understand? I catch him again. Yeah. Catch him again.
Yeah, but I mean, Andy, a lot of lessons would have been learned. You know the difference between decentralization as opposed to diversification, and when you would use that word or any one of them, and when you would use it. So it is a work in progress, and all of us will not be in possession of all knowledge, and therefore we share and we experience and we move on by learning.
But that is why,
yes, indeed. We have to go for the break.
Yeah, but before we take the break, that is why when I start off there with decentralizing, that is why it come there. Decentralizing.
Yes.
I start off. I say in my mind, I saying, well, hey, but that is really decentralized. And in between now, I say, but it's diversification. The man say, you know. When you diverse, and that is when I come up there and say, well, hey.
You did yourself nicely.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting. You see, if you're a good teacher, you'll have patience.
Now they get two words. Decentralization and diversification. From your city Pitbull radio, only get two.
And you better be careful, because our good friend would want to ask you how you pronounce that.
So that is not how you pronounce it. Well, let me try, yes. Decentralized.
No, he would say something different. That's the point I'm making. But of course, if you have had difficulty in understanding the English spoken by, let's say, a person whose accent or whose cultural tongue is, let's say, Chinese, like when a Chinese man say, give Chinese, but right, you know what it is.
Right, man. I mean, but yeah, what they say. Them Chinese say, right, man, chicken. Where you at? Right, man, chicken. So we going to say about that man there, boy.
Will you name? And of course, there's a standard one in Trinidad. When you want to file, if you come from Grenada, they put a box there and they say, if you say box, well, you know it's straight to the police van. Let's go for the break, and when we come back more on this edition of the Ground Report.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most, on air and online. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
The Trinidad and Tobago online arrival and departure card platform can be accessed at travel.gov.tt. It is free, convenient, and required information can be completed within a few minutes. Passengers must create an account using a valid email address to access the portal, which will be available 72 hours prior to travel. The online arrival and departure card is a mandatory declaration for all international passengers and replaces the former process of filling a paper form. To complete the online arrival and departure card, each traveler must have flight information, a valid passport, and must upload a picture of the passport biodata page. Receipts for immigration and customs containing a QR code will be generated upon submission. Download and save the receipts, which will also be sent via email. Edits can be made to the declaration prior to the day of travel. However, if any changes are required on the day of travel, passengers must complete a new online arrival and departure card. The QR code may be required before boarding and must be presented to officials upon arrival and departure. A transformative travel experience awaits. This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back. Time check. It's about 32 minutes, yes. 32 minutes past your 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Mr. Pleasant, good morning to all drivers again, all my drivers. Maxi drivers, taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers, 7-seaters, all. Donkey cart drivers. All drivers, a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you again. And all of you that are locked on to us via social media, a pleasant good morning to you again. And all of you that are locked on to us in Tobago, my Tobago brothers and sisters, good morning Tobago. And all of you that are, whether it be England, America, all over the diaspora, all over the world that are locked on through social media again, good morning to each and every one of you. We'll play some voice notes. There have a lot here that have to be played. Oh boy. With some of the people quarreling, saying, hey, play our voice notes. We are part of the program. Okay, we know that. We are trying.
Yes, and Andy, what I was talking about this morning is concerning, and Anil was talking about this lady in the committee together with Jagdish Singh and thing to question they are saying about this issue. According to what Lennox was saying, I didn't talking about the housing thing. What they say they were gonna give out job and contract and all kind of thing with the housing ministry under David Lee and Roberts and Alexander, right? So see if we get in touch with Anil to confirm what you're saying. That was what that mistake was.
I tried. I didn't get on time. I tried. Oh boy, next caller.
Andy Williams, is me again. Some of these children that go into school and bullying the other children are children who believe that they have money. The parents have money and the children don't have none. They go to school with the big time sneakers, the big amount of money in their pocket, but they're still beating up an next person's child to take away the $20 because you is a poor man child and you shouldn't come to school with no money. You should stay down below and I on top because I have on a big time sneakers and all I'm doing is going in the glass and watch me face and watch me clothes and my shoes and this and that. These are the children that we need to do something with. The parents encouraging that. When I used to go to school, my butter bullets was the greatest, you know. They used to laugh me, but I don't care. You're not going to school to learn the shoes or the big time bag or wherever you're going to. You're going to school to learn your lesson, but these children ain't going to school to learn nothing. They believe that their parents giving them what they want and the big time this and the big time that. And they believe when they go to school, they could bully people children and ill-treat them and do them all kind of thing because they're better than the people children. You have to grow up a child in the way that he should grow. A child is a child. A child is a child. A child can't be a child and an adult at the same time. A child is a child. And the tail can't be wagging the dog got to wag the tail. So me and Kay, when nobody said, the children and them does learn from, children learn from adults. Children do learn from adults. And some of these ways, they see bullying people training in school is where they see their parents doing to one another home. Man beating woman, woman beating man. So they train, they see that, so they believe it's the right thing. So they go to school and they start to bully and beat up people children. So we know what's going on. The children, we're talking about long time and no time. When they're born in with 2 hands, 2 foot. I hear that. 2 eyes, 2 ears, then change. The image and change. They grow just as a human being. So the difference, I don't know about that. I don't know, it's a different situation now. They still remain a child. When it's a minor and you're doing nonsense and you're go in front of the court, let the parents go too. When you meet 18 years adult, but when it's a minor, deal with them accordingly because children must know that they are children and parents must let them grow up as children.
Andy Lennox morning. Here I find the PNM executive and Penny and
you know, Forrest, Stuart Young, Foster Cummins, you know, Marvin Gonzalez, all of them. How come they're so quiet with this thing with the committee way? How come they come out and make a statement and try and defend it as yet, boy? What going with Penny? She get pip all of a sudden now. You hear nothing about that? They get quiet, boy.
You will come up with this is a government too, corrupted too. Come up with this is a government going good. We not corrupted. The pain and government corrupted short on them. They cut on the same pizza cloth, the only. About that, Andy. Andy, I'm about to tell you like 28 yesterday, pay it back today.
Andy, good morning. Big Ram here, my brother. I have to say, whenever you play 24, you have to play 12. King and Queen just march together. So my mark for today, it will be 12 again. 12. Today will be 12 again. Big Ram here, Andy, out. Out.
Morning, Andy, and the ground report. Jailing a parent doesn't solve a problem. Okay? Some kids are hell-bent on being the way they are, even frightening their parents, threatening their parents. So more to me is like they have to find a place to send them for correction. You know, so I don't know, but charging the parents, jailing the parents, if the child is younger, sure, right? Because there's things that we have to do to direct children. But at the same time, some kids are hell-bent on following other people, trying to show that they're tough, and some of them get in trouble just because of that. So this whole parenting is a serious thing. There's no book on parenting. Nobody was taught how to parent. Some kids are just, you know, they have no father in the house, sometimes no mother in the house. They are grown on their own. There's a lot of different things to take place. You got to find out the cause of the problem, the cause and effect, as they would say. So try and, you know, you have to have some other stuff implemented there. You guys have a good day. Bye.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox. I was looking at the news and seeing the diabolical act that Trump is going to impose on Cuba. They are already surrounded by a large blockade of naval vessels, battleships, etc. No fuel could get onto the island. Food supplies are running low. People are hungry. There are blackouts lasting a couple of days, about 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks. No current. People are squealing and reeling from poverty. And then Trump said yesterday that he's going to kidnap the leaders in charge of Cuba, strike the country, and take Cuba from the current regime and annex it with USA. Why the hell is our government aligning itself with such an evil man, a man that does not take care of America? Americans. He doesn't take care of his own people. The man is mentally ill. How do we expect him to take care of Trinidad and Tobago? People warning the Prime Minister and telling her to stay away from this man, because this man is unpredictable. Why are we affiliating ourselves with a government, right, that is a terrorist? The biggest killer in the whole world is the United States. And why are we cozying up to America? Andy, last night there was a program with some activists, and you should hear the kind of remarks that he was saying about our Prime Minister and the government. I will not repeat it here, but I'm just saying we need to revisit our policies. And I want to kindly request that the Prime Minister stop getting involved in external geopolitics and foreign affairs that don't concern us, and see about the people in Trinidad and Tobago. Please, there are things that needs to be done. The roads are dilapidated. They're mashing up people's cars. People complaining when they open the taps, they're getting mud instead of water. The drains are clogged. All the communities infested with mosquitoes. And to make matters worse, right? To make matters worse, you're getting taxes upon taxes upon taxes. The grocery is very expensive. These are the things we need to see about instead of cozying up to Donald Trump and emulating his bellicose style of leadership.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning. And a special good morning to Granny. Granny girl, I listened to your contribution and I agree with what you're saying. But only one problem I have with it is that you vote a government in office to make things easy for you to achieve your goal. And if things are not put in place, then you cannot. It's all well and good to say that people are supposed to do this and do that on the other to make their livelihood. Yes, that is true. But not everybody knows to make doubles and polari. Not everybody knows to plan. Not everybody knows to do plumbing. Not everybody could be a lawyer or a doctor, as Andy rightly said. Right, Granny? So they put a government in place to open doors and avenues for you to achieve whatever field that you could excel in. Like, for instance, let me just put one on the table to you. Somebody who like vending and who passion is to vend. When they go out to vend, they're being locked up and charged. How are you getting the money to pay the court? Right, Granny? But I have full respect for you, Granny, so don't feel no way. I'm just making a comment. Please take advantage and listen and, make other judgment. All right, Andy and Lennox, so they have a blessed day.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Andy, let me know if my number blocked, please.
Your number in block. Yeah, and I'm glad that he cleared it with Granny there, so I don't want Granny to ever feel that I'm against. I know it. No. That is a perfect example. Majority of the times my granny, our nice granny, our fighter granny, will come with the issue of farming and finding something to do. All right, and will show, well, the East Indian culture is this and that, and off it go. That is the East Indian culture. Not everybody in Trinidad and Tobago is East Indian. And even in the East Indian culture, not everybody know or have access to land, to plant, to organize, to do this and to do that and all them various things. Everybody's culture different. So, and the biggest spender in Trinidad and Tobago is the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And the government of Trinidad and Tobago, in which that is what Kamala Prasad says and them trying to do. Like, for example, with the housing boom, 3-point-something billion housing boom that go in and start, that the government didn't spend no money, and that the private sector, the contractors who get those contracts, them are to spend the money. Things like that. Now that will end up getting a lot of other people involved. The economy will eat up. And watch, the same people now who Granny talking about that organize and plant, delay dashing, planted this, planted that. Now, when they go out there, they go get sell. Because here why? The housing boom create thousands of jobs. So now when that person going home after they done go and work, the plumber, the mason, the carpenter, all of them, when them going home now, they go, I don't say get 2 tomatoes, let me stop by this vendor. Well, and that is how it is to go. Right? So the only thing is Granny just come across, like that alone is the know it all, do it all that an individual supposed to do while unemployment hard all day. You understand what I'm saying, Lennox Smith?
Yeah, and while she was speaking, of course, I had an experience that I think I should share with the national population and the listenership, and that is when we had decided to develop the Laventille Technology and Continuing Education Center, it was solely for PAN, and I had to make the argument that not every youth in Laventille, even though PAN is in our DNA, we invented the PAN, but not everybody is so inclined. Like PAN. We have to diversify. The word today, we have to diversify. And of course, the economy itself, the Trinidad and Tobago society is, of course, has to diversify. Yeah. People have different interests. They have different inclinations. And the sum of all of that means we'll have a better Trinidad and Tobago, because who dealing with farming, who dealing with industry or manufacturing, who dealing with the oil, who dealing with finance, who dealing with insurance, who dealing with teaching, etc. And all of that comes together to make up, of course, the society that we know is Trinidad and Tobago. But more importantly, everybody find their own little niche, so to speak.
Now, it's like, for instance, Lennox Smith, I as an individual, look, I see that people working hard on the highway, vendors, they're selling market things, East Indian people, African people, and Venezuelans. And they work on the highway hard and they're selling things. Sometimes they get you, sometimes they ain't get you, but they're working, right? But I wouldn't go and do that work, because in my book, there's a risk. I don't like that.
Yeah, to each his own. Yeah, to each his own. But all contribute to the society called Trinidad.
Exactly.
That's total, right, of all the individual, should I say, professions and vocations. Yeah.
You know, it is, you go on the highway to organize hustle, and then I come mad on, bow, you get bongzong and dead. Right, look at next thing, what I will never do. But the man working honest. You know them fellas and them, would just be all over, whether it be by the beach or walking the road, they have a little bag, and the bag it had dynamite, it had loose cigarette, it had tolumbum, it had all set of little things.
I just wonder how them living on that.
Oh, not me, I not going to do that, but
living on that, but
at least I honest living.
They have to be very, very, very minimal and contented to be living on that. Especially, and one or two of them I know will tell you that they had a child to mind. I studying. So it cannot be that is the only source of income, man.
No, I feel in that bag it have weed selling on the low or something, because I can't see dynamite and loose cigarette and them kind of thing mining a man traveling, paying rent. Nah, I can't see that. And I wouldn't do that work. But he doing an honest job. If
you delve in all practicality, if you delve in one of them, you will see that most of them will be dependent as an augmented part of the basket of income that they will get. You will hear that they getting a social welfare check at the end of the month. So that's what you have. Yeah. So that exercise is to, of course, tie them over on a day-to-day basis. So that's the daily kind of returns.
Right. So the person who's saying the Susan all want to try to make bacchanal between me and Granny, that is all your business. I just don't agree. I agree with everything Granny say on the basis of who is cultured like that. But I don't agree with when Granny painted it with a broad brush. Lennox Smith, does it not come across to you like Granny painting that across with a broad
I told
brush?
her, I gave you the example when she was speaking of the technology center, where of course the assumption was that everybody like pan and everybody will gravitate to pan. You imagine 20,000 persons and all they're doing is beating pan?
Well, right. So Granny, love you. It's nothing absolutely. And them PNM people that trying to chain you up to make bacchanal between you and the pit bull. Don't worry about them. Them is dirty PNM, right? Yeah.
But Granny, and we are in your corner, because we know that the people wouldn't grow one crop, for example.
Yeah.
They will grow in different parts of the country. And then, of course, you have a situation where you do preservation, and people will act in that way and prepare their stuff so that when there is time of lean or the time of plenty has gone, that fetches a higher price and all of that. So there are people who are so engaged. They export as well. Some people specialize in exporting of agricultural products. So your point is taken, but we don't want you to believe that it is the mono-economic preference or panacea for Trinidad and Tobago's unemployment problem. We have to go for the break, and when we come back, more on this edition of the Ground Report.
This is your chance to be there live. Talk City 91.1 FM is giving you the chance to win tickets to the CONCACAF Women's World Cup qualifier, Trinidad and Tobago versus El Salvador. Happening this Friday, 17th April at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. We're giving away a pair of tickets, and winning is simple. When you hear this sound, Be the first caller to 622-4911 and you win. Listen out Wednesday 15th and Thursday 16th right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Don't miss your chance to be part of the excitement. Come out and support our local girls as they battle for World Cup qualification. Talk City 91.1 FM. Your station, your voice.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most. On air and online. More ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, we are back. Time check. It's about 23 minutes. No, it's 53 minutes past your 8 o'clock, yes? 7 more minutes to go. Go ahead, caller.
In other words, just 6 minutes we have again. All time flights on this program.
Pleasant
Good morning.
Morning to Lennox and Lennox morning to the sniper.
Right, one thing quick before you make a contribution, Malcolm X. Like for instance, online here, somebody on YouTube saying, Andy Williams, our eyes is on you. Is on you. You're silencing KFC. You is a dog with Minch. You're following Kingsley and Santa Cruz. Again,
hey,
management.
Andy.
But that's a management to all of you all out there. Made a decision on that. That wasn't Andy Williams' decision, Kingsley decision, Lennox Smith decision. No. Management of this frequency made a decision on that. Okay? Andy Williams and the rest of hosts, we have nothing to do with that. Go ahead, Malcolm X.
Andy, this is why I go remain Malcolm X, better known as Grant. Let me tell you something, brother. KFC actually get misled mentally then. Because plenty people in this country feel when you go wrong a political party and you work for them and you do things for them, you have to get something from them. They don't go wrong with the benefit of the country, Andy. You see, people have to stop this party thing and start to be country conscious. You hear? When you find a government wasn't performing and you vote against that government, whoever government come in power is not the party no more, no. It's the government to serve the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. But for KFC, mentally feel, well, you listen to him, I work with that one, that one, and look at how they treat, right, because the fella wasn't educated mentally. KFC worked with me already, you know. He worked with me in Oropun, and I could tell anybody the fella is working well hard, you know. We clean up Oropun already, which we was to take a month. In 1 week time, if you see how that boy loading truck and loading barcode. So I know the little fella personally, I know him mother, but I want to be on that course. I want to be on this course. When we go to Tobago, and we buying with Benet ball, and we buying all the tamban ball in the airport and by the boat harbor, and we go in and buy crab and dumpling. It's African people who are selling them things. You hear? So when you go D-Bay and you get Kochori, Sahina and Baigani, it's East Indian who are selling them things. So let me face reality. You understand? African people do business, but in Trinidad here, we have a problem where the Africans in Trinidad don't support one another. We are fight down. Look at where you now say, Andy, and I want to correct you with that. Not all them fellas were selling cigarettes while weed in the bag.
Yeah. I was to correct my own self on that because somebody said, listen, wait, I'm glad you said that just now. Just now, I'm glad you said that. Nathaniel said, Andy, I expected better from you making accusations about people selling weed. People work hard. Again, I was just stating, I know of 1 or 2 people who have the little bag, were selling you cigarettes and the dynaments. That besides that, they have a lot that only selling that. But I know about about 3 people who have that same bag and selling, and
I
in
want
that
to
bag,
make my
they have
contribution
weed.
before Snipe
But go
cut
ahead.
me off, you know.
Go ahead.
You know, Snipe have a way you cut off Malcolm X, you know.
Go ahead,
You
my
hear?
friend. Before you get
Go ahead
shot.
before Snipes cut you off. Go ahead before Snipes cut you off.
I on country, you know. I am not on party because jump, you know, with my concern right now. I hear the percentage they want to give me pocket for the oil and gas. They some want to give me 10%. Africa all want to give me 10%. Africa all about realize they rate them at the wealth and they run them, and now this fella in Africa, the young leader, he actually doing things off of the wealth of the country. We are the pitch lake, we have plenty thing here we could live off of. Let me try to be independent and stand up with dignity. But let me tell Trinidadians something. African people in Trinidad start to support one another. We don't have to kill one another. We have to stop feel every black man that gets something is drugs and robbery. Let me start to be self-independent and conscious. Have a good day, and thanks, Mr. Snipe, for giving me the little lengthy time. I go there and born Malcolm X and change my name from Grant to Malcolm X until I see justice.
All right. Oh, boy.
A strong finish there, boy.
Very strong, but it's 1 minute to the hour anyhow. So Trinidad and Tobago, thanks to all of you. Don't forget tonight, Corridor Transformation with yours truly, Lennox Smith.
Very interesting these nights, yes.
Right, and again, many people, because people criticizing me there for saying that. Again, it have legitimate people that are the sweetie and the wrapping paper and the all the various things. Right, that legit. But it also have those of them that moving with those bags, they're selling weed too.
Yeah, and that being used as a front for something else that is much more lucrative.
Yeah.
So you didn't know. So you didn't know you'd get licks for selling out. No, that you don't as an informer. That's what I'm beating your point. No?
Yeah.
Truth.
That licks again.
That's fine. It has certain things you shouldn't talk.
Yeah.
You know,
and of course, the exaggeration is to make it look as though everybody does that. Of course, you came back good as well by clarification, yes, by making certain that people understand that you're being selective and informed and well informed.
Yeah, but,
go ahead,
but Snipes, before we go, so Snipes, you believe that real people in Trinidad and Tobago, they get licks for doing the right thing because we grown a culture where so long as you're talking the truth, it's like you're informing and people vex with you for that.
Yeah, it has some truth. You're not allowed to talk. When a 15-year-old get pregnant, some people don't talk. The baby just come, they don't talk. When people in family interfering with little girls, some people don't talk. When people have 7 children and they're selling some marijuana, people don't talk. It has some things here.
It is taboo, yeah, it is taboo.
Taboo to talk
you
about
go to
it.
the hospital and the doctor inquiring.
They see as an informer.
A 12-year-old and you're coming there to make a child, and the child that is making the child will be informed what they must say. They will have been coached as to what to say and what not to say, when they should be looking for the person who would have been pregnant. And usually, of course, it's some established adult. So we have all of that as the reality. But we have to go. We have to go tomorrow. Of course, we look at more things.
So Trinidad and Tobago, all you know is the big program. Yes, Mr. X and Stefan coming up next, off the record, right? So Trinidad and Tobago, thanks so much. Until tomorrow morning, please God, we are out of here.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
The cabinet has approved the increase in the permissible age of importation of foreign-use right-hand drive private cars, that's sports utilities, SUVs, sedans, and station wagons, powered by gasoline, dieseline, or compressed natural gas, CNG, from 3 years to under 8 years, and under from the date of manufacture.
Music. Culture.
As Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisasa has announced,
recently with our revitalization master plan, we are open for business. And a key area, a key focus of that master plan is, of course, the energy sector and the energy hub. And we will be open for business, not only for Nutrien, but for all other players that wish to discuss their investment portfolio with us.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our